Hello to all the Filipinos in the world. Greetings from Rafthelsa Vlogs. Happy Independence Day to all Filipinos around the globe. Mabuhay ang mga Pilipino, mabuhay ang Pilipinas. To all the Filipinos, wherever you are, let's commemorate the celebration of our independence in our country, the Philippines. Isisigaw natin ang ating kalayaan, ang kalayaan ng mga lahat ng Pilipinos sa Pilipinas at sa buong mundo na tayo ay isang malayang mamamayang Pilipino. So before I will give you a short summary of the Philippine history, I will sing a song for you. This is not a singing competition, guys, but I just want to sing a song to dedicate my beloved country, the Philippines. I'm proud to be a Filipino, and isisigaw ko sa buong mundo na ako'y Pilipino, ako'y malayang Pilipino, and we are all free people of the Philippines. So, thanks God for all the blessings, and we survived, and we are free now, and let's sing together. So, kakantahin ko ngayon ang pinaka-famous Philippine songs, Bayan Ko. So kahit hindi ako singer, I don't have a good voice, but I want to sing this song, Bayan Ko, or My Dear Country, to dedicate and to honor, to commemorate the independence of our country, the Philippines. Okay, umpisahan na natin. Kakanta na si Rafthelsa. Pasensya na kayo ha, kahit hindi ako marunong kumanta, pero I will just try my best to sing this song. Ang bayan kong Pilipinas, lupain at kintot bulaklak, pag-ibig sa kanyang palad, nagalay na't ganda at dilag, at sa kanyang yumi at ganda, dayuhan ay nahalinat, bayan ko'y binihag ka, nasakdal sa dusa. Medyo mataas to. Ibon man may layang lumipad. Kakanta tayo, guys. Sabay tayo kumanta. Ano ba yun? Kulungin mo at umiiyak, bayan pa kaya'y sakdal dilag, ang di nang nasang makaalpas. Pilipinas kong minumutya, buhat ng luha at dalita, aking adhika, makita kang sakdal layag. Ay, pasensya na mga bisdak. Basta I just tried my best to sing Bayan Ko in honor for the Philippine independence, and we have to be proud as a Filipino, and we must be thankful na tayo we are already free from our invaders, or yung lahat ng mga sumasakop sa ating bansa. So I want to give you a short summary about the Philippine history. So this is all about what I learned from my studies in the past when I was in elementary, in high school, and some I do some review and research. And I will tell you what is the Philippines. The Philippines is my country. The people are called Filipinos. The man is Filipino and the lady is a Filipina. And where is the Philippines? The Philippines is situated in the Southeast Asian country. And it is an archipelago, the largest archipelago in the whole world because it is consists of many islands. Philippines is composed of more than 7,000 islands. But we have the three biggest main islands, and it is inhabited with the Filipinos. So this is three main islands. The Luzon is in the north, and the Visayas in the central Philippines, and in the south is the Mindanao. The capital of the Philippines is Manila. It is located in the north. And Cebu is the capital of the central Philippines. I know even the foreigners, they know what is Cebu, what is Manila. So the capital of the south in the Mindanao is Davao City. So that is the three main islands of the Philippines. So way back in 1521, the first European voyager or explorer, he is a Portuguese named Ferdinand Magellan. He is the first European who crossed to the Pacific Ocean from Europe, and he has five ships traveling from Europe to the Pacific Ocean. And one day they spotted the one island, and it is situated in southern Leyte, Philippines, and it is called the Limasawa Island. And the history of the Catholicism or the Christianity starts right there from Limasawa Islands. It was in Easter Sunday that Ferdinand Magellan, ordered one of his companion, a priest named Pedro Valderrama, Father Pedro Valderrama, who officiated the first Mass in the Philippines. And it was in Limasawa. And I will tell you why then the Portuguese or Magellan called the island as Limasawa, because during his arrival, he observed or he spotted one man with a group of 5 ladies around him in the day that there was a mass held in that area. The first mass of the Philippines was in Limasawa Island. So he asked him, why you have 5 ladies with you? So each man have 5 ladies. So they called it Limasawa. I mean, lima daw ang asawa. So isang asawa, one husband, have 5 wives. And for more general information, before the Christianity in the Philippines, the first recorded religion or belief in the Philippines was the Islam is already there. But since the European came into the Philippines, so it started spreading the Christianity, and it was Ferdinand Magellan who ordered the first mass in the Philippines, which is in Limasawa Island. So every year we celebrated this inauguration for the first mass in the Philippines. It is in Leyte, and I am proud to be a Leyteña, and I know this place and proud to be in Leyte. So And Risa May, welcome. Mamaya na ako magbabla sa inyo. So just listen about the history of the Philippines. This is just a summary of the Philippines history. So Happy Independence Day to everyone. Sa mga lahat na Pilipino, Pilipinas, sa buong mundo. Let's be happy that we're already free from any banyaga na sumasakop sa Pilipinas. We are already free. That is why we are already we are flying abroad because we are already free and fly to free anywhere. So yan ang history. So that's the history started from Limasawa Islands because of Ferdinand Magellan. He came to the Philippines and he started his journey from Limasawa Islands. And then he had a trouble with the people from the island. So he traveled to Cebu City and he will spread again the Christianity, and he want to put the big cross that you have seen there in Cebu. It was Magellan who put up this. And of course, the Filipinos before the ruler of a certain area in the Philippines, because before the Islam is already there. So the people or the ruler, we don't call mayor, they call it Raja. Raja means a ruler or a king. So it is famous in the Muslim country that there is a Raja, is a ruler of a country or a region. So this Lapu-Lapu and his group is fighting against Magellan. Magellan have five troops only. He have only 5 troops from his group from Portugal. And Magellan, of course, he is from the Philippines. He has 1,500 warriors, and the Filipinos showed that they are not afraid to die in order to fight for freedom from the hands of the foreigner who want to conquer the Philippines and want the Filipinos to work them as their slave. So that is the first history. Then Lapu-Lapu is the ruler of the area there in Cebu. So he fight all this group of Magellan, and also Magellan killed in Mactan, Cebu. That is the history, and that is ended the story of Ferdinand Magellan because he was killed. But then another foreigner, another group of European people, the Spanish, came in again to the Philippines and spread the Christianity and rolled over the Philippines for more than 300 years. It's just imagine how many 100 years the Filipinos suffering under the hands of the Spanish people. The king and the Philippines was named Philip from the king of Spain, King Philip of Spain. That is why we got our name of our country, the Philippines, because it is the order or a proclamation from the king of Spain, King Philip the Second. So that is why we have a beautiful name, Philip or Philippines. But before King Philip named it, some other Latin ruler who ruled the Philippines, they called the Philippines as Las Islas Filipinas. So it is an island of Philippines. And the Filipinos are working under the strong and very strict rule from the Spanish. So if you will speak for against them, if you write anything against the Spanish, so you will be punished. So it is a story that why Dr. Jose Rizal was killed, because he write a book, the two books written by Jose Rizal, the Noli Me Tangere, means don't touch, touch me not, and El Filibusterismo means the people. So this book is about the Spaniards. So the Spaniards find this, so it is against them. So they ordered to shoot to kill this Dr. Jose Rizal. So he is one of our great hero, because he is confident to write anything, whatever he want to express against the Spanish people who govern our country. So you just imagine, more than 300 years, from generation to generation, the Filipino people are working hard as a slave under the rule of the Spanish people. So then, one day, the American came to the Philippines to rescue the Filipinos from the Spaniards. So Douglas MacArthur arrived in Leyte, in my area, in Palo Leyte. So he landed in Palo Leyte, and he find out everything, what is the situation of the Philippines, what is the situation of the Philippines under the hands from the Spaniards. So he said to the Filipinos, I shall return. So he came back, and he bring his U.S. troops, and they make a war between the Spanish and the Americans. But unfortunately, the Spanish has defeated against Americans. So that was ended the rule of the Spaniards to the Philippines. It was ended in April 1898. So 1898 is the recognition of the first independence in the Philippines. Although it was April, but they officially announced that June 12, 1898 is the proclamation of the first independence of the Philippines. But it is not the end of the independence. It is not yet the final independence of the Filipinos, because after the Spanish defeated by the Americans, so the Spanish already ended their governance in the Philippines. So tapos na sila, hindi na sila ang nag-manage sa Philippines. So it came over again, and after the war between Spanish and Americans, so the Philippines formerly became the territory of the U.S. So from then, when the Americans win from the Battle of Spain and Americans, so of course the Americans rolled again the Filipinos, and the Filipinos work and obey under the rules of the Americans. So it kept on going until how many years? Then after that, one day, the great heroes, Emilio Aguinaldo, headed, and some of the great warriors like Katipunan, headed by Andres Bonifacio. So that's the time we got the final independence in June 1962. So 1962 pa lang, nagkaroon tayo ng final freedom from the Americans. So we have two independence. That is why we have to celebrate also July 4, because that is the independence that we got from the Americans. Our first independence, that the Spanish people ruled the Philippines for more than 300 years. So it ended in 1898, June 12, 1898. So that is our first independence. And the second independence is July 4, because after the Spanish ruled the Philippines, the Americans rolled over again. So we have two independence. But in general, Emilio Aguinaldo, he became the first president in 1962, and he declared that the Philippines will have the official independence by June 12. That is why everybody as a Filipino must remember, and we have to celebrate the commemoration of the Philippine independence. This is June 12. So from our great-great-grandparents, they live in the country with all the hardships, with all the tyranny from the hands of from the foreigners that who ruled the Philippines. But anyway, there is an advantage and there is also advantage. The Europeans, the Spanish, and the Portuguese, they bring us Christianity, and they teach us how to pray in a Christian way, and they bring us the Catholicism. So that is why we continue it until now. And our culture and tradition, we got it also from our great-great-grandparents, and the Spanish people became our great-great-grandparents, because you know how many generations for more than 300 years they're living in the Philippines. That is why our traditional dress like this, you see, this is the traditional dress of a Filipina. This is, we call it Filipiniana. During a special occasion, the Filipina wearing like this and with a matching long gown. This one is for the top, but some they create their Filipiniana. It's a long dress. It's a long gown, but with like this, with these pops. Look, this, oh, para siyang pamaypay. Look, this one. And the famous jewelry of the Philippines, or the Filipina, are pearl, because the Philippines is rich in pearl. That is why the Philippines is called the Pearl of the Orient Seas. So even though we are under the hands from the Spanish people and from the Americans and from the other foreigners, there is an advantage and disadvantage. So they teach us to be a Christian. They teach us to be educated. So they open up a school, they open up a hospital. So number one, they teach us to be educated and to be respectful, especially the Spanish, very strict. You have to respect your elders. As a Filipino, we have the culture or the tradition. So as in our family, if somebody elder he or she is older than you have to, a sign of respect, you have to kiss the hand like this, or not kiss, but put in your head, in your forehead. That is the sign of respect. So that is what we get from our great grandparents. So that is why most of the Filipinos family name is Spanish. Like our family name, Fernandez, Gloria, Gonzalez, is derived from the Spanish name. And some of our culture, tradition, so it is tradition in the Philippines. If you want a lady to marry, so before you marry, you have to court this lady. So we have to, the man will go for singing. We call it harana. So that is the tradition. And during a special occasion, we call it fiesta. The fiesta is a word from Spanish, means a festival or a celebration. For example, today is a today is a Philippine Independence Day. So as a culture of the Philippines, we decorate everywhere. We put a banner for the color of our flag, the Philippines. So in honor of our Philippine independence. And hopefully it will never, never come back again, that the foreigner will hold and will rule our country. And ang mga Pilipino ay mga sunod-sunuran lang. So sana hindi na mangyari yun, okay? So we'll just hope that we will be a free people of the Philippines forever and ever again. So as a general info, Philippines is an archipelago. It is one of the largest archipelago in the world because it is consists of 7,000 islands, and the main islands is the Luzon in the north, Central Philippines, Visayas, Central Philippines, and in the south is the Mindanao. The capital of the north is, the capital of the whole Philippines is Manila, and it is situated in Luzon. And Visayas, the Limasawa is in Visayas. It's in my place in Leyte. And the capital of the south is Mindanao. Most of the people live there, especially in the past, are Muslim, or the religion is Islam, because the Philippines before, the Islam is already in the Philippines. That is the first religion in the Philippines before the European people bring the Christianity and taught us to become a Christian. So in the Philippines have many spoken dialect all over the Philippines, but we have two major language that we use in school and in work. So we use English as our medium of instruction in school. And the Philippines, even the young children, the small children can speak English because right from the start, from their kindergarten, they've been teaching English in school, and the parents also at home, they speak English. That is why it's not difficult for the Filipinos if they will travel to another country. They can speak English. And if you're a foreigner, if you're planning to visit the Philippines, you don't have to worry. If you don't have friends, if you have problem, you just speak English and everybody can communicate to you. And for your information, the Filipinos are very hospitable, meaning they will offer you anything because you are a foreigner. And the Filipinos are very friendly. Filipinos is a happy people. I'm not, hindi ko nagmamalaki. So that is the culture of the Philippines. That is yun ang habit ng Pilipino. So they love singing. Even they don't have food, they just sing. So they just keep on smiling. So even the Filipinos are poor, and not all, but there are a lot of poor people below the average. So even they have problem, they don't mind it. They just sing and make jokes. So they know the Filipinos are flexible. Even they don't have money, they don't have anything, but they just still smile. Why you will keep on frowning your face and you will become old and you will be stressed? So just be happy. So, even the poor Filipinos, even in the farthest area in the Philippines, they want to go to the city or to the town. They want to study because that is the one way to elevate the the poverty, to have an education, because education is number one. Because if you are not educated, you cannot find a good job, because you cannot read. How the people will find work if you don't have education? At least you can read and write. So even in the village, the people can speak English. If you're a foreigner, you want to travel in the remote areas, don't be afraid. You will be safe. So if you want to travel to the Philippines, you have to search first some infos from Google. If what is Philippines? If it is Philippines is safe to travel, of course it is safe to travel. Don't generalize that everywhere in the country, the Philippines, have Abu Sayyaf, because that is Abu Sayyaf is very well known. That is somewhere over there. So if you're going only in the city, so and you go for it's better for you. You will go with a travel group tour, and you will be safe. Because if you are a beginner as a traveler, best for you to go with a travel agency and go with a travel group, so that you will enjoy. And in the next time, if you want to travel, of course, then you have already confident that you can travel alone, because you're already familiar. But if you're a first timer and you're not confident, if you don't have any friends to go with you, so just do some research first. And no problem if you don't have much money, as long as you can buy your ticket, you can buy your food. There are so many cheap food that you can eat in the restaurant, in the street food. It's safe. There's nothing to worry. That is all I can say about the Philippines if you want to travel. So, more information about Filipinos. The Filipinos is famous. Why? Because they are the number one. I think it's only my idea. It's one of the exporter of the manpower, like teachers working outside the Philippines, nurses, especially this time it's pandemic. The nurses, the doctors are in demand, especially in the home care, in the hospitals. Caregivers, nannies, mostly are coming from the Philippines. And engineers, doctors, sales ladies, everywhere in the world you can find Filipinos. And you don't have to worry if you meet some Filipinos, because Filipinos are friendly. And you just say, hello, kumusta ka? Kumusta ka means how are you? So I'll just give you some tips, the very common words if you meet a Filipino or you will travel to the Philippines. Just say, kumusta ka? Or just a short musta means, how are you? Your answer, ayos lang, okay. Oh, it's very simple. Magandang umaga means good morning, magandang hapon. Maganda ka means you are beautiful. Oh, maganda, guwapo, ay ganyan. So that is a very common word, or thank you, salamat po. Oh, always say salamat, but guys, in Europe or in America is very different. In the Philippines, if you will call someone, if someone is older than you, because in the Philippines we respect the elders that is older than us. If a lady older than me or older than you and you want to approach something, you have to say ate. If she is older than you, ate. So if she is a mother or little bit more granny, call her tita or lula. So that is for the feminine. So for the men, you can call it tutoy, or for the tutoy means for the young boys, or luloy for the Bisaya. And you can call it as a brother, kuya. Kuya means a brother, elder brother. So if you meet someone, you can call them brother. If you think he is same age with you can call kuya. So if you think he is older, if the same age, you can call her brother. Then you can call kuya. But if he is more older, you can call tito. Tito means uncle or tita for the lady. For the granny, lula or manang, like that, because in the Philippines we respect our elder people regardless if she is rich or poor. You have to be polite. You say good morning, magandang umaga, like that, because right from the start, from home, we Filipinos already taught from the parents to respect and always say salamat po or thank you. And some reasons why the Philippines is famous, because beauty pageant became a culture or a tradition of the Philippines. So many of the Filipinas won the beauty contest as a Miss World or Miss Philippines, Miss Universe is coming from the Philippines. And as far as I know, I have searched from the information from the Google, I find it that number 6 in the world, the Filipinas among the sexiest and the beautiful ladies. Even they are poor, but they are charming and beautiful. From the of course, if you agree, it's okay. If you not agree, never mind. So you know why the Filipinos, when talking about beauty pageant, they will win, because during school time, during elementary or high school, there is always a program in school, and there is a program like search for beauty queen, like Miss Philippines or Miss International, like that. So the young girls are already have experience on what is beauty pageant contest when they are still young. That is why when they will go for a competition to other countries to compete with other beauties of the world, they are already confident enough to face the world and to make the round, to make a rampa. Hindi na sila nahihiya dahil meron na silang karanasan, meron na silang experience, they've already experienced. So that is one reason why the Philippines is famous. Yan. Kasi mga mukhang artista na sila. So some of the Filipinos, you think they're American, they're Spanish, because they are a mixed culture, mixed blood already, because maybe the father is Americans or Europeans. That is why they are looking Hispanic or European, because they are already mixed blood. So our aborigines of the Philippines is the native of the Philippines, the Aitas. We have also black people in the Philippines. This is the aborigine of the Philippines, the real Filipinos. Hello, the real Filipinos in the Philippines. This is the Aitas. Yung mga Aitas, it's like Africans. And the Malays. The Malays is a long, straight hair and brown color. So mostly they are from the south, because it looks like Malaysian or Indonesian. So mga yung mga lahi ng mga Muslim. And the other one is the Igorot. Until now, the Igorot is still existing, and they are from Baguio City or from Cordilleras region, the mountain province. So they are still promoting their culture and tradition, the Igorots, and they are proud to be an Igorot. You know yung mga nakatangga? O yan. So from their ninuno, from their ancestor until now, still they wear this traditional native Igorot attire. So in Leyte, because I am from Leyte, we have this Filipiniana, and I'm proud, kababayan ko si Imelda Marcos. Si Mami Meldy is our first lady before, and I'm proud to be from Leyte. So kaya when I, way back before, when I was a little bit younger, I joined some competition. So I used to wear Filipiniana like this, because my idol is our first lady, Imelda Marcos, no other than from Leyte. So, walang tibor-tibor si Imelda Marcos. So, I have one of my, so this attire is already old. This is made of Philippines. This is the traditional dress of a Filipina. They wear this traditional dress during special occasion like Philippine Independence, may mga program. So, it is like this. This is a organza cloth and some embroidery, some beads here. So, and the famous or the favorite accessories of the Filipina is a pearl, like this pearl. Iba-ibang design, because the Philippines is rich of pearl. You can buy the original pearl in the malls. It is just yung tinuhog lang siya ng thread. It's cost less than 1,000, the real pearl. So it's up to you to decorate it, to make it more beautiful. You know how to distinguish the real pearl. If you have pearl, ano mo yan, just rub it together. If the skin of the pearl will not feel off, even you will scratch each other, that is a real pearl. And you will soak it into the vinegar. If the skin of the pearl will not feel off, that is real pearl. And the shape of the real pearl is not completely oval or round. Look like this, oh. It's the shape is different design. There is like a pointed, it's look like an egg shape. So that is the real pearl. So yan. And I have another, where is it? But I will show you guys. I have here another Filipina dress. This is for the tops. We call it kimono. So this one is a very transparent cloth. Look. And this is embroidered by the machine, sewing machine, and decorated with some sequins. So for example, you are wearing a gown, which is a strapless, so you can put this on the top, this one, this. So this is the traditional dress of the Filipina. But some Filipina now, they what it says, they modify the design to make it more beautiful and many flowers like that. But the simple Filipina dress is just simple like this. And this one have already print, but the original is just a plain cream color. So when I'm joining beauty pageant before, I wear this one, and this is me. Look at this. This is long time ago. So the Filipina, look, may ano pa siya, naka hairdo yan, ganyan. The Filipina used to have a long hair. So during occasion, i-hairdo siya ganyan, talagyan ng bulaklak dyan, o dito, ganyan. So, and meron siyang pamaypay. So, mga pamaypay. So, in my next vlog, guys, I will show you, in the long time ago, I joined some competition, how I joined, how I got some trophies, how I got some crown, so, and got some trophy. So I will show you later, next time. And being a performer, sumasayaw ng mga Muslim dance. I love to perform Muslim dance because I am comfortable and wearing our traditional dress like Filipiniana, Muslim dress. I like to wear it because it is more comfortable and more attractive looking, because there's so many accessories like headdress. So I will show you next time my souvenir when I joined the competition. So as an OFW, because everywhere in the world, the Filipinos will bring their culture and tradition wherever you go, in America, Canada, or in Europe. There is always a Filipino community, and the Filipino community will organize some program. And of course, if you are one of the Filipinos there, so of course you have to cooperate, you have to join the organized events. For example, Independence Day. So in your group, you will make some program. Somebody is performing a dance group from the Visayas, from the Igorot, or any representation for the Philippine folk dances. So I used to perform before what is this? A folk dance from the Muslim dances. Yan ang aking expertise. Sumasayaw na mga dayang-dayang, mga ganyan. So, yan. So, pinag-aralan din yan, guys. So, yan. So, I think it's time to relate my life as overseas workers abroad, because more on my blog is about sightseeing, capturing videos, tutorials, and I think I would share with you my life as an OFW. So I have traveled more countries already since when I was 20 years old. I am already an OFW. My first workforce, my first time I joined the workforce abroad, I was I traveled and worked in Kuwait. So that is my first time working as OFW. So many experience, the good and bad experience. And I think I'm going to relate to you my story. And I know many of you want and interested to hear about the life of OFW. Meron kang nakikita, nababasa sa mga dyaryo na nire-rape, tumatakas, pinapalo, yung mga ganyan. Yung iba, nagwawagi, yung iba, masaya, hindi, ganoon. So, samot-saring experience. So, I think it's a time for me to share my long story of my long journey working as OFW since 1986 until now. I still survive even the hardest time, the the time that I experienced miserable life, but I still I'm still alive because I tried to handle everything. So I there is a saying that today is raining, there is stormy days, but wait for tomorrow. The sun will still shine upon you. So ganon. So maniniwala ka hindi. So kailangan mo lang ng lakas ng loob, tibay ng loob. Di ba may kanta yan ni sino ba yun ni Rico Jeepo? Kailangan lang tibay ng loob. Kung hindi para sa'yo ngayon, bukas ay para sa'yo. Kaya maghintay ka lang. Kaya as OFW, kung gusto mong sumabak sa gera, hindi ibig sabihin na gera, yung gera na makipaglaban ka sa buhay mo, itataya mo bilang OFW para makamit mo yung mga pangarap mo, pangarap sa iyong pamilya. So minsan isang OFW, nakalimutan natin yung ating sarili dahil priority natin ang ating pamilya, na minsan ayaw mong gumala dahil nagtitipid ka, tapos ayaw mong kumain ng masarap dahil nagtitipid ka, dahil nga marami kang iniisip o meron kang mga plano para doon sa pera mo. Kaya, so ginagawa mo lahat para priority ibigay sa pamilya mo. Pero just an advice as OFW, so kailangan mo rin magtipid, guys. So, for example, ang sahod mo, ilagay mo sa 100% of your money. So, kahit 10% is-save mo yan, guys. Kasi kahit 10 peso lang yan, o ilagay ta $10 lang i-save mo every month, pagdating ng panahon, dadami din yan. Don't take it for granted na sabihin mo na, mahaba pa ang panahon, bata pa ako, marami pang marami ka pang panahon o marami pang years na darating na magtatrabaho ka pa. So hindi mo masabi yan, kasi hindi mo masabi na bukas na nahinto ka sa pagtrabaho, kasi ang buhay sa abroad, life abroad is just a temporary, you are a contractual. So maliban lang kung permanent residence ka, kung nasa Amerika ba o nasa Canada, but in the Middle East, there is no permanent residence. If you want to stay and work, so you will just continue and renew. So if you don't want your employer after your contract, so you ask for a release, so you will be released and you will find another work, nagpapalit-palit ng employer. But guys, ay masasabi ko lang, hindi porke na bata ka pa, hindi ka pa mag-ipon. Kahit priority mo yung mga pamilya mo, lalo na kung wala ka pang asawa, sabihin, karamihan kasi sa mga single pa lang, wala pang asawa, wala pang mga, may mga nubya pero may mga boyfriend pero wala pang plano mag-asawa. Tapos hindi mag-iipon kasi priority, bibili ako ng mga damit, yung mga puro branded. Guys, be practical. Kahit sabihin mo, lahat na sapatos mo, mga Adidas, lahat ng mga damit mo, mga Gucci or mga Hermes, mga Louis Vuitton, ang mga bag, hindi yan makakain, guys. Pagdating ng panahon, hindi mo rin yan magamit. Kasi yung bag mo, itatabi mo lang naman sa aparador. Tapos magkano yung mga bag na mga Louis Vuitton, mahal yan. Mabuti pa, isave mo na lang yung pera mo, guys. Sa bangko, mag-e-earn pa yan ng interest. O kaya, ipundar mo, bili mo na lang yan ng lupa. Kung halimbawa, mga farm lot, so may aanihin ka pa. Pero yung mga Adidas, yung mga Oakley, mga Ray-Ban na mga eyeglass na mamahalin, huwag kang mag-imbak ng ganyan. Kasi hindi mo mapakinabangan yan, guys. Kasi alam nyo, by season yung mga design, mga model, di ba? So kahit mamahalin yan, tapos in the next year, hindi na yan uso, hindi mo rin isusuot yan. Mahal pa naman yan. So, masayang yung pera mo. So, sa mga naging experience ko lang, kasi alam nyo, siyempre, baguhan pa lang, o yung bagong salta ka lang sa abroad, siyempre, hindi mo yan mabili sa Pilipinas, kaya doon ka sa abroad bumili. Pero, pwede naman bumili ka, pero yung huwag niya yung mga extra na mag-collection ka ng mga kung ano-anong mga bag dyan, ng mga Louis Vuitton, mga Hermes o whatever dyan ng mga mamahalin. Ang importante lang, guys, meron kang bag kahit hindi branded. Ang importante, may laman ang bag mo, may pera. Hindi yung maganda ang bag mo pero inutang mo naman yun eh. Tapos ang laman ng bag mo, ano naman laman ng bag mo, napkin lang. O toothbrush o panty doon sa loob. Tapos ang bag mo, Louis Vuitton. Agoy, mainam pa yung bag mo. Mga simple lang na mga hindi branded. Mga simple lang. Basta at least, hindi lang mabigtas, malagyan lang ng gamit. Yan ang importante, guys. Kasi ako bilang OFW, more than 30 years akong nag-abroad, kahit saan akong lupalo, nakarating, marami akong pera na hawakan. Tapos yung mga binibili ko ng mga ganyan, magsasawa rin, tapos ipamimigay mo rin. So yung pera mo nasasayang. Kaya yun ang advice ko sa inyo na mga baguhan sa abroad. Siyempre, super excited ka na, sana makabili ako ng mga Louis Vuitton, mga ganun-ganun na mga branded na mga eyeglass, branded na mga sapatos, nagko-collection ka, tapos pagdating ng isang taon, hindi na uso yan. Tapos, syempre, nakita na yan ng mga friends mo, ayaw mo na isuot, sayang. Tapos, ipamimigay mo lang, ganyan. Kaya sayang pera, guys. Mas maigi pa, ipunin mo yung pera mo. So, advice ko rin sa inyo, guys. So, based on my experience talaga, galing ako sa, hindi naman nakakatuka. Basta, masabi ko lang na mahirap. Hindi naman mayaman. Basta, makakain lang kami ng 3 araw. Tapos, nakapagtapos sa pag-aral. Ang wala lang sa amin wala lang kaming sakyanan. Meron kami bisikleta lang. At saka yung kabayo lang sa bukid. Yun lang. So, yun. So, kaya nag-abroad, guys, para umasin. So, kung ano yung nakikita ko sa mga ibang tao, gusto ko na maranasan ko rin yun. Kaya nagsikap ako mag-aral para makatapos, nag-abroad, trying hard na makatapos sa kontrata, tapos maka-apply ulit ng panibagong trabaho hanggat lipat-lipat na dumami ng mga experience. Tapos, unang-una talaga, ako ang nag-lead, 10 kami magkapatid. So sabi ko sa nanay ko, na patapusin mo pag-aral. Tutulungan kita kasi marami akong kapatid na nag-aaral pa nung that time. So, naghanap ng nanay ko ng pera pang placement. So, nakapag-abroad ako. First time I was in Kuwait. Then, 2 years. Tapos, nag-cross country ako. Nag-Dubai. Hanggat ilang taon ako doon. Tapos, nakapagtapos lahat ng mga kapatid ko. 10 kami, guys. Nakapagtapos yung mga kapatid ko. Kinuha ko na naman sila lahat. So, ang advice ko sa kanila, habang nandito kayo sa abroad, mag-open account kayo. Kailangan nyo mag-save kasi ang buhay OFW, temporary lang, hindi pang habang buhay. So, ako ang naging leader nila. So, nung nagbakasyon ako sa Pilipinas, nag-apply ako as a sales agent sa isang yung real estate. So, bali ako naging agent sa mga kapatid ko. So, silang lahat, pinakuha ko sila ng house and lot. So, kung nasa Pilipinas ka, may pag-ibig ka, ituloy-tuloy mo yung pag-ibig mo na contribution kasi mapakinabangan yun pagdating ng panahon na gusto mo mag-apply ng housing loan sa Pilipinas, yung mga house and lot. So, kasi ang kailangan lang naman sa pag-ibig, 2 years contribution. Tapos kung meron kang SS, pwede mo rin yung SS mo gagamitin, at least meron kang 2 years contribution. So yun, kung hindi ka nakapaghulog na continuous, pwede mo yun i-update, tapos hulugan mo na lang yun ng buo in one time. Kasi yun ang kailangan ng one of the requirements for housing loan in the Philippines. Kasi if you're OFW, ang requirements na maka-avail ka ng house and lot sa Pilipinas, yung salary certificate mo sa abroad, tapos yung income tax, yung bank statement mo, ganyan. Tapos yung pag-ibig contribution or SSS. Kaya yung mga kapatid ko, pinipilit ko talaga sila kumuha ng house and lot. Sabi nila, ayaw nila kasi nga ang sahod, katamtaman lang. Sabi ko, kung hindi mo pipilitin at hindi tayo gagawa ng paraan, walang mangyari. Kasi kunyari ang kontrata niya 4 years lang. Pagdating ng 4 years, goodbye. Back to Philippines ka. So, ang mga kapatid ko, pinupuga ko talaga na mag-open account, maghulog ng SS or pag-ibig. Either pag-ibig or SSS. Isa lang kailangan mo dyan. So, ako, isang agent na sa Pilipinas. Hindi naman ako nag-i-agent kung sino-sino. Nag-i-agent lang ako para lang talaga sa pamilya ko o kaya may mga kaibigan ako na pwede kong i-refer. At least, secured ako sa real estate na yan na hindi scam. So, yung mga kapatid ko, lahat, kinuhaan ko na sila ng mga bahay. Pina-apply ko sila. So, ang mga requirements nga, meron kang SS or pag-ibig na contribution, yung income tax mo sa abroad, salary certificate mo, ganun. So, sabi ng mga ibang kapatid ko, hindi daw nila kaya. Sabi ko, kasi ang karamihan noon, nung panahon, mga 1990s, ganun, ang hulugan nasa mga 6,500, 7,000 pesos lang. Basta less than 10,000 pesos lang yung mga low-cost housing sa Cavite. So, affordable na yon. Kung hindi mo pipilitin, hindi ka talaga makakuha ng bahay. So guys, kung ikaw naniwala na makakuha ka ng bahay, mag-persevere ka talaga. Maging positive ka. Wag kang sumuko, wag kang magdalawang isip na, hindi ko kaya yan, ayaw ko. Ang karamihan sabihin, mag-ipon na lang muna ako sa ako kukuha ng bahay. Hindi. Kung may opportunity na pwede kang makapag-apply at saka approvean yung housing loan mo, gawin mo na yan. Kasi habang nasa abroad ka, naumpisahan mo yun. Pag uwi mo sa Pilipinas, at least may bahay ka na, kahit hindi pa man yan na fully paid, at least meron ka ng bahay mauwian na sarili mo. At kung may chance ka pa makapag-abroad sa ibang bansa, maipagpatuloy mo yan. O kahit nasa Pilipinas ka lang, pwede mo yang ituloy pagbayad, magdiskarte ka lang kung ano-ano ang pwede mong maging hanap buhay, magkakapera ka, may panghulog ka dyan sa bahay mo. Huwag ka lang kumuha ng mga bahay na worth millions, mga million na mamahalin. Just start lang na yung mga locos na mga kahit 32 square meter, enough na yan. At least meron kang house and lot. Kahit sabihing utang, at least, so para bang nagre-renta ka dyan, yung monthly amortization, kumbaga nagre-renta ka dyan buwan-buwan hanggat ma-fully paid mo yun. So, yun ang kagandahan. Kahit naghuhulog ka in the future, ikaw naman talaga ang winner, maging mas mapasa iyo yung bahay na yan. Kasi upon contract, pangalan mo na yun eh. So, hindi na yan pwede maibigay sa iba kasi pangalan mo kahit hindi ka pa fully paid. At least, pag sign in mo sa contract sa kumpanya, sa iyo yan. Wala nang agaw dyan kasi sa iyo yan. Hanggat matatapos, kung halimbawa ikaw, OFWs, kung ano lang, purya ano lang, kung halimbawa ang OFW, may na-aksidente, kunyari na natigok siya, ma-fully paid yung bahay mo, pero wag lang sana ganon. Yun. So, sa awa ng Diyos, yung mga kapatid ko guys, na galing sa abroad, lahat sila may mga bahay na. So kahit nasa Pilipinas na, yung iba nag-ibang bansa pa rin, at least may bahay na sila. So lahat din kami nag-ambag-ambag, pinarenovate namin yung bahay ng aking nanay. At least meron kaming bahay na matawag namin na common house. Pag nagbakasyon kami, nag-reunion doon sa bahay ng nanay ko. So at least yung maginhawa, yung feeling mo, nasa abroad ka pa rin kasi yung structure ng bahay mo, yung mga gamit mo, galing abroad. Kaya kahit nasa Pilipinas ka, feeling abroad ka pa rin. Kasi yung mga gamit, mga lahat dyan, pinapakargo galing sa abroad. Kasi ang disadvantage guys, pag nasa Pilipinas ka na, kung wala ka na talagang, yung kinikita ng malaki, kung hanggang pagkain na lang yung pera mo, kaya pang gasolina, hindi mo na mabili yung mga mamahaling gamit. So kaya kung nasa abroad ka pa, bumili ka na ng mga gamit. Pero bago ka bumili ng gamit guys, bayaran mo muna yung bahay mo. Pag kaya mong bayaran na i-fully paid mo yung bahay mo, i-fully paid mo na. Huwag ka nang dalawang isip yan. Kung may ipon ka na, huwag mo yang itago. Uunahin mo pagbayad yung utang mo sa bangko kasi huwag mo unahin magpa-repair. Yun lang ang advice ko pag ikaw isang OFW, naka-acquire ka na ng house and lot, huwag mong unahin ang pagpa-renovate kasi yung pagpa-renovate, anytime yan. Sa hardware, makabili ka ng mga materials anytime. Kahit pa magmahal ng presyo, at least may materials ka pang mabibili. Ang i-prioritize mo, yung i-fully paid mo ang utang mo sa bangko bago ka umuwi ng Pilipinas. Kung may pangbayad ka na talaga, ibayaran mo yan. Kahit pag uwi mo sa Pilipinas, wala kang pera, basta ang bahay mo fully paid. Kasi guys, mahirap pag may utang, tapos nasa Pilipinas ka na, it will end up to ibenta mo yung bahay mo o paupahan dahil wala ka ng pambayad. At saka, in the long run, ma-embargo yan, ma-foreclose yan, sa bangko. Kasi, syempre, pag nangutang ka sa Pag-ibig, through loan yan. So, may utang ka doon sa bangko, babayaran mo yan. So, kung may pera ka, why not fully paid mo yan para wala ka ng sakit. Kasi nung araw, kahit ang sahod ko, katamtaman lang, tapos may bahay ako hinulugan, tapos syempre, marami ka pang plano, marami kang binabayaran, nag-uupa ng bahay sa abroad, tapos nagdidiskarte lang talaga. Kaming mga kapatid, ako kasi ang leader. So, mga kapatid ko, hindi naman gaano kalakihan ang mga sahod, pero pinipilit ko talaga kumuha ng house and lot kasi ako nag-aahinti sa kanila. Yung iba naghulog ng 15,000. Nung araw pa yun, may 15,000 na ang hulog. May naghulog ng 10,000. So, kung ang sahod mo lang 15,000 nung araw, 20,000 pesos yung convert sa dollar to peso, ano nang mangyari? Kung tapos nag-uupa ka pa ng bahay sa abroad, tapos magtataksi ka pa pagkain. Wala nang mangyari. So, ang diskarte namin noon, gumagawa kami ng daing. Yung mga tuyo. Mura lang ang isda. During the weekend, bibili kami ng isda, banyera. Gagawin namin yan, imamarinate namin yung isda. Gawing tuyo. Ano ba yan tawag? Sa Bisaya, tuyo, buwa, daing. Tapos, i-repack namin yan. Ang 4 na piraso, 10 dirhams, kasi dirhams ang pera noon sa Dubai. Ibebenta namin yan. Hindi naman ako naglalako na tag-isa-isa. So, kunyari, bawat tindahan, mga department store, meron akong mga contact na dyan sa loob. So, magdi-deliver ako sa kanya ng mga 10 dosena, ganyan. Tapos yan naman, meron siya mga contact. So, siya na ang mag-distribute niyan. So, bali, wholesaler lang ako noon. Tapos, gumagawa ko ng longganisa, embutido. So, kung ano yung pagkain ng Pilipino, patok yan sa abroad, guys. Basta, huwag ka lang magladlad dyan na magbinta sa kalsada. Bali, mga palihim lang na, sige, dalhan kita mamaya ng ganyan. Oh. Basta pagkain, walang problema yan, guys. Tapos, nag-alahera. Wala naman kaming puhunan pang bili ng alahas na ipampautang sa mga Pilipino. Ano lang guys, laway lang ang puhunan. May mga kunyari mga jeweler na mga naging suki namin, bumibili kami for our personal use. So siyempre maging kilala na. So ang tiwala lang ang kailangan. Kahit laway lang puhunan mo, basta honest ka, magtiwala sa'yo. Biruin mo, mangungutang ka ng alahas tapos ipapautang mo rin. Sinong maniwala sa'yo guys? Kami ng mga kapatid ko, ganyan ang ano namin, sistema. Wala kaming puhunan. So ang kapital, ang ano lang, yung parang guarantee, yung ATM card. Kasi pag nagsasahod ka, sila ang unang yung mag-withdraw. Kasi nagbabayad kami monthly sa aming utang, sa aming pinapahulugan na alahas. At least kami kumikita na kaagad kasi kung halimbawa nakautang ako ng mga ilang pirasong alahas, papautang ko rin sa mga kaibigan mo ng mga Pilipino. Papautang ko yan na mga 2 months to pay. So, yung first payment niya, meron na, nabalik na yung puhunan ko. Tapos, yung bayad ko doon sa jeweler, after 60 days, o biruin mo, nakapera na ako sa yung full amount ng inutang ko na balik na. Tapos pinuhunan ko ulit. Tapos sa sunod na collection ko, napulipid na doon sa Pilipina. Tapos yun na ang time na ibabayad ko doon sa aking inutangan. Yan, utakan lang. Tapos yun na nga, isa sa aking mga binibusiness noon, kami sa aking mga kapatid. 6 kami noon araw nasa Dubai. Gumagawa ko ng mga hair accessories, yung mga hairnet na yung mga binablog ko ng mga hairnet, yan ang uso noon kasi mga Muslim, ang buhok nila mahaba, sinasukluban niya ng hairnet. Tapos nilalagyan ko ng mga decoration. So meron ako mga part-time workers na mga Pilipina. Tapos meron ako mga Indian, mga umani na mga babae, taga Gansilyo, taga Tahi, tapos ang mga mananahi ko, mga Indiano, binibigay ko na lang sa mga tahian, pero akong nagka-cut out sa mga tila, pinapatahi ko na lang, dinedemonstrate ko na lang paano nila tatahiin yun, tapos kolektahin ko weekend, kasi pag weekend, doon ako bumabanat, ako na kasi ang nag-finishing touch yan. Kaya nagsusupply ako sa mga department stores. So more than 20 department stores, yun ang aking mga sinusuplayan. So yung mga supply namin is payable within 60 days. Ano yan? Cash to cash yan. After Bisaya sis. So after 60 days, babayaran ako ng kumpanya. Kunyari, ang isang kumpanya, meron siyang mga branches na mga 10. So, yung head office ng kumpanya ang magbabayad sa akin for the whole amount of the goods that I supplied. Kunyari, 10 branches yung SM Mall. So, doon sa SM head office, doon ako maniningil, ganyan. Kunyari lang, so doon sa Dubai. So, ang head office ang magbabayad sa akin. Bibigyan ako ng cheque good for 60 days. So, lahat ng mga collectibles ko sa ibang branches, pag-iisahin na lang sa isang check yan. Payable in my name. So, yun. Tapos, meron ding terms na consignment, pero ayaw ko ng consignment kasi yung consignment, guys, is babayaran ka lang doon sa mga nabinta na mga items mo. So, lugi ako kasi after 60 days, kung hindi mabinta, aanhin ko yun, yung mga ipit, mga hair clips, hindi naman ako gumagamit, pangbinta lang, kaya ayaw ko ng consignment. Gusto ko talaga kahit utang, basta babayaran nila ako within 60 days. Yun. So, lahat ng mga kapatid ko, guys, tinuturuan ko sila gagawa ng mga bulaklak, mga flowerets, kahit mga lalaki kong kapatid, gumagawa sila, guys. Pinapayagan ko naman sila na gumagala din. Pero, pagdating sa bahay, kunyari sa hapon, tapos na trabaho, so, part-time, nagbubuting-ting. So, meron ako mga part-timers sa labas, kukolektahin ko. So, at the same time, meron akong trabaho. Nagmamanage kasi ako ng recruitment agency din noon. So, hindi ko kayang gumawa ng mga ipit na sarilinin ko lang. Kaya marami ako mga helper. So, yung business ko noon, nakakatulong din ako sa mga kapwa ko Pilipina. Kasi, bibigyan ko sila ng mga materials, ang sa kanila lang magagansilyo, labor, pero sa akin lahat ang materials. So per piece, babayaran ko sila sa mga finished product. Ayan. So diskarte lang tagas. Tapos mangutang ako sa mga department store. Yung sinusupplyan ko ng mga ipit, mga department store, kung ano yung mga uso ng mga blouse, bibilhin ko yan. Kasi nasa agency ako, yung mga housemaid na nasa mga kasambahay na mga galing sa agency ko, dadalawin ko sila, tatawagan ko muna sila kung ano ang gusto nila. Kunyari sabihin nila gusto ko yung mga blouse, mga sapatos, kasi magde-day off sila, kailangan nilang bagong damit. So bibilhan ko sila, papautang ko. So wala akong cash ipambili kasi yung yung pera ko pinuhunan ko na nga doon sa aking mga accessories na project. So bibilhan ko sila ng iuutang ko sila sa department store ng mga damit. Kahit 3 lang yung nag-order, pero magdadala ako ng 2 shopping bag na malalaki. Tapos sasabihin ko doon sa aking contact, pupunta ako dyan sa isang araw, inform mo lahat ng mga kasambahay dyan sa paligid mo, ng mga kapitbahay ng mga Pilipina, ang bagsak doon lang sa bahay mo, doon tayo magmi-meeting, magdala ako ng mga paninda, mga sapatos, mga makeup, lahat-lahat. Kaya bitbit ko rin yung aking mga accessories. Tapos i-inform nila sa kanilang mga madam na, madam, darating si Pulana na magdadala daw siya ng mga paninda, kasi mangungutang din ako doon sa department store ng mga perfume kasi ang mga Arabiano mahilig sa mga pabango. Tapos yung mga talukbong, tapos yung mga cutics, ganyan, para hindi na sila mamasahe pupunta sa syudad. So ako na lang pupunta doon sa village. Biruin mo, tatawid kami ng mga disyerto, guys, kasi nung araw, kunti pa lang mga bahay sa mga disyerto. Pero ngayon, marami na mga developed areas na nakaramihan. May mga bahay. Noong araw, tatawid kami ng mga disyerto. Diyos ko. Tapos, dalawa kami sa kapatid ko. Magpakyaw kami ng taxi. So, yung taxi, binabayaran namin yan. Ano na yan, yung sa Bisaya, papakyaw. Pahintayin namin siya hanggat matapos ang aming transaksyon. So yung sa mga Pilipina, yung iba nang nagbabayad, yung iba naman utang. So pagbalik namin, magbabayad sila kasi ang sahuran every end of the month. Tapos pag bumili yung mga Arabiana, cash yun. O yun. Kaya maibalik na sa amin yung aming puhunan. Pero yung aming mga items, kinukuha ko yan doon sa department store na pinagsusuklayan ko ng mga hair accessories ko. Biruin mo, nangungutang na ako doon. Pagbalik ko, pag nag-cash yung mga Arabiana, meron na akong cash. Tapos, pero yung sa mga Pilipina, utang pa yun. So, pagbalik namin sa isang delivery, o sa next month, bayad na rin yung mga Pinay. So, ganyan lang talaga ang diskarte sa abroad. Tapos kung sabihin nila, ate, pwede mo kami dalhan ng mga tuyo, ganyan. O ano nga. Yung mga ginagawa ko mga tuyo, mga daing, so dadalhin namin yun, ibebenta namin. So hindi ko naman pataasan kahit na mamasahe ako, basta importante, nakapagbenta ako. Kasi hindi ko naman pwede pataasan pa ang presyo dahil pupunta kami sa baryo nila o sa ang Lupalop, malayo. Magbabayad kami ng taxi na 50. Pero okay lang kasi nababawi na rin yan doon sa presyo ng amo nila kasi doon sa amo nila, syempre, pataasan ng kunti. Pababaan na lang ng kunti dito sa mga katulong kasi walang kunti lang naman ang sahod nila. So, ganyan lang talaga guys ang mga diskarte. Kung halimbawa magtinda ako ng mga tusino, longganisa, pupunta ako ng kung saan yung mga grupo ng mga Pilipino, doon ako mag-iikot. Kahit naka-uniforme pa ako guys, galing pa ako sa trabaho, nagbibit-bit na ako ng supot. Maggawa ako ng mga pre-taste, yung patikim na embutido, mga tusino, iluto ko muna yung iba, tapos hiwa-hiwain, lalagyan ko ng mga toothpick. Tapos pupunta ko sa mga department store kung saan yung mga Pilipino, o pre-taste. Pag sinabing masarap, bibigyan ko kaagad siya ng isang balot na tusino o longganisa para hindi na siya makatanggi. Sabi niya, masarap. Ate, saan mo nabili? Ito na bayaran mo yan sa pagsahod mo ha. Yan. Ganyan na ang technique guys. Kasi pag utang, mabilis pa sa alas 5 ang utang pag sabihin utang. Pero okay lang kasi magbabayad naman. Yan. So sana mayroon kayong natutunan sa aking kung OFW ka dyan, kailangan mo mag-diskarte guys. Oo. Alam ko mahirap talaga, pero syempre kailangan mo mag-diskarte kung hindi ka mag-diskarte nga, maghintay ka lang sa sahod mo. Biruin mo, magsahod ka lang, kunyari ang sahod mo, magkano na bang sahod ngayon dyan sa inyo? Di ko lang alam. So kunyari magsahod ka, kunyari nagrenta ka ng apartment o kaya nagrenta ka ng isang kwarto, tapos magbayad ka ng taxi mo buwan-buwan. Kung hindi ka nagtataxi, nagbabas. Di ba, kakain ka. Tapos mag-Jollibee ka pa. Tapos magdidisco. Kung magdisco ka sa weekend, kailangan mo naman syempre magpalipay-lipay ba? So, ingat sa pera. Kasi kailangan mo talaga i-budget yan guys. Tapos, pipilitin mo talaga na bago mo i-distribute yung pera mo, kahit $10, kung pinakamaliit, kung wala ka talagang budget, pilitin mo, ilagay mo yan sa alkansiyahan mo dyan, kung hindi mo iipon sa bangko, sa alkansiya, lagay mo dyan, basta buwan-buwan, ihulog mo lang dyan. Pagdating ng isang taon, bilangin mo yan, marami din. Kasi for emergency, wala tayong mautangan. Mabango lang ang tao. Pag may pautang, tapos pag may charity ka, ayun, kilala ka lang. Kahit Pilipino. So, hindi naman ako nag-generalize, basta yun. Tapos, walang magpautang sa'yo, walang lalapit sa'yo, kung meron kang problema na matindi, o lalo na pag ang problema mo tungkol sa pera. Oo, wala. Maraming alibay yung mga kapwa natin. Pero kung ikaw ang may papautang, maghahabol pa yun sila. Ayan. Kaya nga, kung nasa abroad ka, ipit-ipit ang pera. Hindi masyado, yung maluwag, kasi hindi tayo robot. Tao tayo, may panahon din na darating na yung manghihina na ang katawan mo minsan, ayaw mo magtrabaho. Tapos, syempre kailangan mo magpa-check up, meron kang pera pang pa-check up. Tapos, may pambili ka ng gamot. Kung halimbawa emergency, hindi mo masabi, ma-emergency ka, mauwi ng Pilipinas, wala kang hawak, kawawa ka. Pag uwi naman ng Pilipinas, tawanan ka lang doon kasi sabihin, abroad ka, tapos wala kang pera, wala kang ganito, wala kang napundar. So, lahat ng mga experience ko na yan. So, tapos unang experience, pagdating mo, galing abroad ka, mabango ka kasi marami kang mga pasalubong, lahat ng mga katribo mo, bibigyan mo talaga mga kaibigan. Tapos, isang linggo kalipas, wala ka nang maibigay kasi tapos na yun, naibigay mo na. Tapos may mga utang sa'yo, wala kang maipautang kasi naubos na yung budget mo. Yung isnaban ka lang. Ayan. So, charge to experience. Ayan, guys. Kaya huwag masyado maloko pag OFW ka. Pwede kang bumili ng alahas mo. Yung katamtaman lang, huwag kang mag-imbak ng alahas dahil ang alahas nag-depreciate ang presyo. Kasi ako noon, mahilig mag-imbak ako ng alahas. Tapos, kasi ngayon ang katwiran nga, pagdating ng Pilipinas, isasanla. Tapos mag-depreciate din yung presyo kasi 'di ba ang gold pababa pataas ang presyo. Tapos yun, pabagsak, sayang din. Tapos kung sabihin mo na isanla, 'di ba, hindi mo maisip na ibenta kasi manghinayang ka. Pero kung isanla mo lang tapos wala kang pangtubos, mas maigi pa bago mo isanla, mag-isip ka na yung sanla na at the same time, binta na yun. Kasi minsan, itatanong sa'yo sa taga-pawn shop na ano ba, yung gusto mo, isagad mo yung tinatawag na isagad mo, yung gusto mo talaga malaki ang pagsanla mo. Kasi itatanong ka, ate, isanla mo o ibinta? Sabihin mo nang ibinta kung nag-alanganin ka na matubos mo kasi sayang lang, mag-i-interest ka ng interest tapos hindi mo naman pala matubos yun. So sayang lang yung pinag-i-interest mo, buti pa isanla mo na lang na parang kalimutan mo, sabihin mo nang binta ko na lang to kasi kailangan ko ng pera. So binta mo. Yun ang noon, mag-i-imbak ako, nagko-collection ako ng mga alahas dahil nga naisip ko pagdating ng Pilipinas, wala talaga magpautang, at least hindi ka na magsabi doon sa kapatid mo o sa nanay mo o sa kapitbahay na kailangan ko ng pera kasi may kailangan ka, may problema. Dudukot ka na lang doon sa mga alahas mo na naipon. Pero sayang lang yung mga ini-invest, tapos pag sanla mo, tapos nasa Pilipinas ka na, kasi na-try ko na nag-stay ako ng Pilipinas. Tapos ang itutubos ko, ini-interesan ko lang. Pero how many months ako nag-i-interest para ako nagpapayaman lang sa pawn shop kasi nandoon na sa kanila yung aking alahas tapos nagbibigay pa ako ng interest kada buwan. Tapos pagdating ng 6 months hindi ko na matubos kasi nga ano nga gipit na nga sa pera. So useless din. Kaya nga kung kayo nasa bansa na maraming alahas, kagaya dyan sa Dubai, sa Qatar, sa Kuwait, sa Saudi, huwag na kayong mag-imbak ng alahas. Peperahin nyo na lang, i-save nyo na lang sa bangko ang pera nyo kasi nag-i-interest pa ang pera sa bangko. Pero kung kayo naman ang mag-open account sa bangko na hindi nyo ma-maintain ang maintaining balance, baliwala din yung pera mo. Kasi kunyari mag-open account ka, ang initial deposit is 5,000. Tapos buwan-buwan nagbabawas yan dahil binabawasan niya ng service charge. Kung hindi ka magdagdag ng magdagdag, ang bangko dukot ng dukot, bawas ng bawas sa tax mo at saka sa service charge. So, sinong lugi? Ikaw kasi mapunta sa wala, maging zero balance yung initial deposit mo kung hanggang initial deposit ka lang ka na. Kaya guys, kung mag-open account ka, siguraduhin mo na kahit isang account lang, ituloy-tuloy mo, hulug-hulugan mo talaga yan buwan-buwan para hindi yan mapunta sa zero balance. Kasi yan nangyari sa akin noon. Wala kasi akong alam. Basta alam ko lang, mag-open account ako. Anytime may pera ko, huhulugan. Ayan. Siyempre sa dami mong mga, hindi naman talaga maiwasan, may mga problema ka. Marami nangailangan. So priority yung mga nangailangan. So yung paghulog doon, wala na. So kung uyamot ang imong kwarta, ayaw na lang sad na ibangko. Hipusin na lang na ilagay mo na lang yan sa secret mo dyan na nataguan, na alkansiya, ihulog na lang na. Huwag ka na lang magbangko day kung alanganin ang pera mo. Hipusin na lang na, itago mo na lang yan na walang nakakaalam kaysa ibangko mo yan na mapunta sa zero. Uyamot gyud. Ako lang na siya gikuan guys, gi-share ako na experience kay kini laging usap pud ni sa kanahan na mag-open kog account kasi niguli na ako sa Pilipinas na ako'y bank account na kasi kung imagine agad maghulog kag 5,000 na barato ra na. So open kag account unya kay daghan man kag gisuportahan kay daghan kag pa-eskwela, daghan padalhan, usahay makalimtan ra ni imong hulog. Wa na kada buwan nagkaltas na pag-uwi na ko sa Pilipinas na unsa naman ni nga zero balance naman ni. Kay wa day ko no hulog gi. Kuan na dormant account na mao ni gibahak na. Sus, na sayang. Dili pud na lalim ng 5,000 pesos, $100 na day. Nung araw, mura pa lang ang dollars kasi ang dollars noon nag-umpisa ako mag-abroad is 1986. Ang dollar noon is only 14 pesos. Biruin mo dahil noon, 14 pesos, tapos naging 16, naging 18. So, grabe pila ka tuig, hantod miabot ug mga 48, 42, 48. Tapos ngayon, tumaas na ng 50. Ayan. Sus, Ginoo. Unsa asa man day kasi alas 4 de recess na sa Pilipinas ka. Oh, anak gid na day. So bisag na sa Pilipinas lang, parehas naman siguro pug sistema, mag-ipon lang sa taog kwarta. So sa akin naman kasi noon sis, Tagalog na lang ni nato ba kay sa Malaysia. Parehas na sa Philippine time kasi sa nung araw kasi priority ko kasi mga kapatid ko pinapaaral pa. Kaya naisip ko kung sige kog hulog sa akong bank account tapos na ay nanginahanglan yung di naman ako kaya nga kuan ba nga ako lang sa Tagalog pa hindi kaya tiisin. So si priority na lang. Tapos ang atong mga inot-inot naghulog dili na maatiman kay naadto naman sa lain ang akong gihipos-hipusan, awa na. Pero at least may experience ko, at least, yung mga dream house para sa sarili ko. Una muna, dream house para sa nanay ko. Yung bahay namin, pinarenovate namin. Tapos yung mga kapatid ko nga, tinulungan ko makapag-aral, tapos makapag-abroad, para lahat sila professional na, lahat ba na, wala bang mga pibor-pibor, lahat professional, tapos makapag-abroad din, tapos tulong-tulong, napaayos namin yung bahay namin, guys. Hindi naman kagandahan. So, tingnan mo yan, sis, yung aking katas ng OFW. Meron akong vlog. Hanapin mo yung aking vlog dyan, katas ng OFW. Yun ang aming dream house sa nanay ko. Tapos yung aking dream house sa sarili, iba naman doon sa Cavite. Lahat ng mga kapatid ko, ay dalawa lang ang nasa probinsya, nasa Leyte ang may bahay na Leyte. So karamihan doon sa Cavite kasi doon ako nag-ahente. So at least lahat may mga bahay na sila. O may mga bahay. Tapos yung iba nag-abroad pa rin, yung iba hindi na. So, yun na nga, kailangan mo mag-ipon, kailangan mo rin na isipin yung sarili mo, hindi lang na para lang sa pamilya. Kasi yung mga pamilya mo na natulungan mo, mga pamangkin, hindi na yan maibalik yung naibigay mo sa kanila. Huwag never expect na babayaran kanila or maibalik pa sa'yo. Yung tinulong mo, yun na, tapos na. Yun na, hanggang doon na lang yun. Huwag mo kalimutan ang para sa sarili mo. Kaya ako noon, naging wise talaga ako nung habang nagpapaayos kami doon sa bahay ng nanay ko. Siyempre, maganda talaga doon ang bahay ng nanay ko kaysa bahay ko sa sarili ko. At least, ang naisip ko lang, kung anong mangyari, meron akong sariling bahay. Kasi in the future, tatanda. Hindi mo naman makasama yung nanay mo, mga kapatid mo, mga pamangkin. Kailangan mo magsarili. Kailangan mo ng freedom. So, nagkaroon ako ng sariling bahay. Hindi naman siya maganda. At least may bahay ako. 110 square meter lang yun, sis. Tapos, yung bahay, binayaran ko muna yun within 3 years. So, umabot yun ng mga 1 million. Tapos, binayaran ko muna yun. Kaya nga, left and right nga ang diskarte ko noon. Magtitinda kung ano-ano. Diyos ko, para may panghulog. Tapos, hindi ako nagpa-renovate doon sa subdivision na kinuhaan ko doon sa bahay. Yung mga kapitbahay ko, kasi puro mga seaman ang mga may-ari. Yung mga bahay nila, umangat na yung lumubo na ba, gipa-repair na nila, gipaayos na. Pero karamihan doon, hindi pa bayad. Yung bahay ko lang ang bayad na, pero yun lang ang hindi pa na-renovate. So, pag umakyat sila sa second floor nila o third floor, dinudungawan na lang yung bahay ko kasi yun na lang ang pinakamaliit kasi hindi pa napaangat. Sabi ko, bahala na. Ang importante na fully paid ko. Kasi marami akong experience na syempre mga seaman yung aking mga ibang kamag-anak, tapos uunahin lang yung pagpaganda, pangpasikat, tapos pag-uwi sa seaman, ang mga seaman, temporary din lang ang buhay sa abroad. Kaya nga syempre, OFW, kahit ako land-based, sila seaman, tapos uunahin mo bang papaganda? Sabi ko, hindi. Kahit anong sasabihin nyo na kuripot ako kasi hindi ko pinaayos yung bahay ko. Sabi ko, ang sarili kong bahay, hindi ko nga napapaayos. Yung pina-priority ko yung bahay ng kapatid ko kasi nandoon pa yung mga kapatid ko nag-aral. Yung nanay ko, yung bahay ko sa kanalang. Important, uunahin ko pagbayad. Pagdating ng panahon na fully paid na ako, mo yung ng Pilipinas, guys, bayad na yon. na-shock yung aming mga kapitbahay kasi may space pa yun sa harapan. Malaki ang space ko kaysa bahay ko. Ang bahay ko kasi 32 square meter lang. Kasi 110 minus 32, so may sobra pa. Yung harapan, pag uwi ko, pumunta ako doon sa Imos, sa Cavite, sa furniture shop. Pumili ako doon ng mga furniture ko. Yung sinusukatan ko na yung buong bahay ko kasi ano talaga yung plain, wala bang kaano, ikaw pa magpagawa ng mga partition, mga kwarto, kusina, pinapagawa ko yun. Nagulat yung mga kapitbahay ko, sis, kasi nagpa-deliver ako ng isang truckload ng mga furniture. Lahat, isahan yan. Sos, nagulat sila. Saan mo ba ito ipa-deliver? Ikaw dyan sa bahay. Pumasok yun sa gate, yung ano, parang dump truck ba? Nagulat sila. Isahan ang pag-deliver. Sabi ko, kung may pera ka, kahit bukas-bukas pa yan, pwede yan. Pero kung magpapaganda ka ng bahay mo, magpapayos, tapos puno ka naman sa utang, hahabulin ka sa inuutangan mo, hindi naman yung maganda. Maganda yung pag-uwi mo. Basta ang importante talaga sa tao, pera. Pa-deliver ka dyan ng isang mall dyan. Kaya nagulat sila. Instant, isang truckload yung mga furniture, sala set, bed, yung mga bed. Kasi ang bed ko doon, ano lang, yung, di ba yung mga mita lang uso? Tapos may double deck, mga drawer sa kusina, lahat. Agoy, may mga platira, cabinet, TV stand, isang deliver lang yan. Ayan, sabi ko, pag may pera, makabili ka talaga. Pero wag mong pipilitin na makapundar ka ng mga ano-ano dyan na mga bubot sa bahay. Tapos inuutang mo. Lalo na kung asawa ka sa isang seaman, tapos ang seaman lang ang inaasahan. So karamihan talaga, guys, yung mga bahay doon sa subdivision namin na foreclose, yung mga pasikatira ba na mga asawa, hala, sige utang, sige pa-renovate silang balay. Tapos wala na, hindi na nila nabayaran ang kanilang monthly amortization. Ayun, na foreclose, na benta, wala na silang bahay. Balik sa probinsya, yung iba, nangungupahan, kaya mahirap talaga. Kaya nga pag OFW ka, magiging wise ka. Pero kaya pilitin mo talaga mag-ipon ka kahit kaunti. Kasi kung hindi mo pipilitin, take for granted mo lang, 3 years pa ko dire, magre-renew pa ako, magsisave lang muna ako, hindi muna ako ng bahay. Pag may nag-offer sa'yo na house and lot, grab mo na yan. Basta importante kung kaya mong kumuha yung requirements na kailangan ng real estate, maibigay mo, why not take the chance? Kahit pa nagkapurdoy-purdoy, gawa ka ng paraan. Kaya nga ang paraan sa abroad, kung maraming kung yung mga pagkain, yung pagkain talaga guys, ang gawin mo sa abroad. Kasi kahit mag-ikot-ikot ka lang, online mo lang yan, nung araw, naman, so kumbaga sa nung araw, online din yun kasi magtitext no, noy, pula na, order ko diha og embutido bi, delivery ko. Isa lang ang nag-order, pero gagawa ka ng pang-apat na order. Kasi pag may deliver mo yan sa isang Pilipina, tapos isa lang ang bahay nila tinitiran, syempre sabihin, sin ka nakabili niyan, sinong gumawa niyan? Ay, si Pulana. Dalhin mo na, deliver na yun, utang. Alam mo na, Pilipino, wag ka na mag-expect na cash. Utang yan kasi sa abroad, monthly ang sahod, di ba? Monthly basis lang. Hindi kaya sa Pilipinas na yung every 15th of the month, 2 times a month na magsahod. Sa abroad, lang, once a month. Kaya noon, bata pa ako, nag-abroad 20 pa lang. Nag-secretary na ako noon sa Visayas State University in Baybay sa Leyte. Tapos uso na nga noon ang abroad. Kaya nag-abroad ako kasi ang alam ko na pag mag-abroad, aasinso. Kaya yun, pinagsikapan ko makapag-abroad yan. Tapos, yan, siyempre nasa agency ako nagtrabaho. So, ako ang hahanap ng mga employer ng mga kapatid ko, mga direct hire sila lahat. So, ako ang nag-aasikaso, ako naghahanap ng mga employer. Kaya sila lahat nakapagtrabaho. So, yun, at least, kahit sa hirap ng buhay, nakahaon din. Kasi pag may plano ka, gawin mo yung plano mo. Tapos, kailangan ng tibay ng loob, sipag, at tiyaga. Yan ang ating, weapon pag magtrabaho tayo sa abroad. So, kahit priority natin ang ating pamilya, mag-ipon ka pa rin para sa sarili mo. Kasi hindi mo masasabi at saka hindi mo masabi kung ano ang kahinatnan sa iyong pag-abroad kasi paswerte-swerte lang po. Marami akong karanasan sa buhay, hindi ko pa na-share sa inyo guys. So baka kung i-share ko sa inyo, tutulo ang laway niyo at yung luha. So ayaw ko na magdadrama. Kaya nga nagda-divert na lang ako ng ibang mga iba-vlog ko, mga tutorial, kung yung mga video recording sa mga ibang lugar, sightseeing, para maiwasan ko yung mga emotional na yung mga nakaraan. Kasi kung iba-vlog ko yun, para bang manumbalik na naman sa isip ko yung mga nangyari sa buhay. Tapos, imbis na close book na yun, so maging open book na naman. So, ayoko na maging stress kasi diabetic na ako ngayon, bawal ang maging stress. So, that is a close book of the story. So, meron akong pwedeng i-vlog, pero yung mga very sensitive, mga personal story, hindi ko na lang bubuksan yan kasi maraming nakarelate at ayaw ko na madagdagan yung mga stress ng mga OFW, baka ma-discourage, madismaya. So, hanggat maaari, iwasan na lang kasi kung isang bagay nawala, naibalik din sa ibang paraan. Kasi ang Diyos ay hindi naman natutulog. Kunyari, may nawala sa iyo na isang papel at isang piraso, pagpalain ka pa rin ng Diyos, ibabalik sa iyo yan, doble-doble. Pero sa ibang bagay, oo, sa ibang bagay, kung umiyak ka man noon, para bang bagyo, may ulan, bumagyo, bumaha. So, darating din naman ang panahon, wag kang sumuko. Kung hanggang doon na, wag mong pipilitin. So, may panibago na namang chapter sa buhay. So, umpisa na naman. Ganon. So, habang nabubuhay, may pag-asa. Never give up. Kahit sa anong mga pagsubok, wag mo lang talaga isipin na mag-suicide o tumalon ka dyan. Siraulo ka talaga kung gagawin mo. Ikaw ang pinakasiraulo at ikaw din ang kawawa. Kasi karamihan yung iba hindi na nila ma-handle yung stress nila, yung mga problema, wala silang masabihan. Minsan kasi hindi natin pwede isabi natin sa ibang tao yung ating mga personal na mga problema. Kasi madagdagan lang ang stress mo, wala silang maitulong. Kasi bago ka magsalita, bago ka magsasabi-sabi, isipin mo muna kung ano kayang advantage nito o disadvantage. Kasi once mo na may broadcast mo yan, marami makakaalam. So, wala silang yung iba may magandang advice, yung iba naman wala, tawanan ka lang. So, ang kalabasan, wala din. Walang, walang nangyari. Kaya nga, sarili mo na lang, ipunin mo na lang yung problema mo. Basta, handle mo na lang, kapit ka na lang sa Diyos na sana gumaan yung pakiramdam mo, maliwanagan yung isip mo, na sana yung mga naisip mo na masama, hindi matuloy yun kasi sobrang depressed ka na. So, darating din yung panahon na sisikat din ang araw. Di ba makasabihan na sisikat din ang araw, huwag mong pilitin. May kanta yan na kung hindi para sa'yo, huwag mong pilitin. Darating din ang umaga na sisikat ang araw. Kung hindi man ngayon, baka bukas. Ganon. Kaya ganyan ang talagang buhay. Kung may buhay, kung habang may buhay pala, may pag-asa. Ayan. So lahat, marami na po akong karanasan, iba-iba akong trabaho na pasukan ko, iba-iba ang mga na-meet ko sa buhay. Maraming mga pagsubok sa pamilya, sa trabaho, sa paligid. Kaya, yan is a part of our journey in life, full of trials, full of challenges, but let us not lose hope. We'll always pray to God that God will always enlighten our mind and give us a strong spirit, to have a strength to fight for life. So I hope you get an idea, and yung mga experience ko, sana meron kayong natutunan. So, marami akong iba-vlog guys, na siguro pag isusulat ko to sa libro, so isa tong nobela. So, siguro gagawa ako ng nobela, tapos pag siguro bago ako pumanaw, ipapaprint ko para mabasa niyo. Para sulit. Ano ang ending? Goodbye, my love. Ayan. Marami akong nobela marami akong mga, nag-umpisa na ako nagsulat ng diary ko na Buhay OFW mula noon hanggang ngayon ang title. Kaso lang, nahinto, tapos kung mabasa yan sa iba, hindi ko na madagdagan kasi kakantsawan ako kasi nabasa ng aking kapatid, kinakantsawan niya ako na ganun, mga MK daw na diary. Sabi ko, na lang, isulat ko na lang yan sa aking isip, saka na lang iipon na lang yan pag madagdagan. Ay, ang buhay. So guys, I hope you're enjoying your independence in the Philippines. So not only to have an independence in our country, I hope you have an independence being who you are, being as a mom, if you're a single mom, so you have independence kasi single mom ka na. So if you're a single lady, so you have a freedom kasi you are free. If you're a single, you are free to do what you want. If you're already in the right age, so you have already independence. Hindi lang sa Happy Independence Day of the Philippines, being an independent person as a citizen of the Philippines. So ano ba ang mga bagay na magiging malaya ka? So in the foreign country, at the age of 18, they are already uh, they have already freedom. They can work outside. They can stay outside from their family. The Europeans at the age of 18, and Americans, I think, the same. At the age of 18, they're already free. They will stay out from the parents' house and they will work and support their self and find a living and work for their future. So that is one of your independence in life. And to have also an independence if you are a wife and you have aggressive husband, what is the independence? It's a divorce. So let yourself be free. Don't force yourself to be with someone who is very aggressive, who is very, what we can call this, physically abusive. No. Why should you stay? Diba? Give, find your freedom. Because we are a free people. But first, before you will do it, take of the advantage and the disadvantage. Ganyan lang. So, maraming salamat sa inyong panunood sa aking vlog ngayon about the Philippine independence. So, thank you for God, for the Almighty God, for for keeping us alive, keeping us healthy despite of the pandemic. I hope we will have an independence for this virus. So everyone is trying to have already a vaccine. Me, I have already done with my vaccine. So I hopefully I am already free from this virus, and I hope everyone will be free from the virus, because this is the most critical situation since 2019. Yeah, that starts in 2019. The spreading of this coronavirus is in, I think, in November 2019. So until now, still continuing. So let us abide by the rules to keep distance, be vaccinated, and wear your mask every time you go outside. Protect yourself. Do what is best for you, for your health, and abide by the rules and take the precautionary measure for the good of your health. So sa lahat ng mga Filipinos, sa mga subscribers ko, not only to the Filipinos, to all my subscribers supporting this channel, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Maraming salamat. Evarasto Puli, grazie, gracias, salamat, and shukran, jasilan. O ano pa ba? Vielen Dank, merci for your unfailing support for my channel. So let us help one another to grow each other. And thank you for always watching my videos. I'm just trying to continue to work hard to create videos for my travel blogs and my tutorials. And guys, I have also my second channel, Letenia's Kitchenette. If you find this channel, please support and subscribe to my channel, Letenia's Kitchenette. This is my cooking channel wherein I am sharing my menu. I am cooking every day. And since I am already diabetic, so I share my menu. I'm cooking more on vegetables because as a diabetic, it is not allowed to eat everyday rice or everyday bread, because bread and rice have more carbohydrates, and it is not allowed for the diabetic. So if you're diabetic, in order to minimize your blood sugar, so just keep eating vegetables. And we need also some protein. That is why we need to eat meat, like a small portion of beef and chicken and fish. And yeah, me before the pandemic, I used to eat fresh vegetables, fresh salad. But since it's pandemic, of course, because there is a continuous growing with this virus, so it's better to cook the vegetables, and you can eat in. You can serve it with it's very hot, so that the virus will be surely it will be killed, because nowadays we cannot what is this? Di na tayo makapag cannot trust anymore, because so better we will cook the vegetables instead of eating in fresh. This way we have to cook. So if guys, everybody will be enjoying the weekend, and this is my weekend vlog, my live, and this vlog is more on blah 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 about the Philippine independence, a summary of the Philippine history. So if you want to know more about the Philippine history, just stay tuned, and I will do some more blogs about the Philippines and more interesting stories about my country and the people. So as a Filipino, mabuhay tayong lahat. Maraming salamat sa mga nagsuporta sa atin. And of course, we will never forget to those who conquered, who ruled our country, the Philippines, the Spanish, of course, because of the Spanish, they came into the Philippines, of course. They also give us, they contributed also a part of the traditional culture and tradition. So we acquired from the Spain. So this kind of dress, Filipiniana, it is derived from the Spanish. So it is we owe this, and some of our food we cook with, we we influence from our ancestors. And of course the Americans, we get freedom because also from the Americans. That is why the Filipino love the Americans, and they love to work and stay in America, because the Americans help the Filipinos to brought us independence. And now we are already independent, and a salute, a big salute to our heroes, our great heroes, the the heroes of the Philippines, who fight to have freedom, to get back our freedom from all the invaders and suppressor from our country. And now we are already free, and hopefully our freedom as a free Filipino will continue till next generation and forever and ever. And we will pray to God that our country will maintain the peace and order, and our president will have a long life, because he's one in a million. He's best president that we have right now, President, Philippine President Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Salamat sir sa imong pagduma ug imong pag-asikaso sa atong nasod na Pilipinas nga karon mukhang Europe na ang paligid. Marami ng daghan na kayog mga kausaban sa paligid, labi na sa Metro Manila o sa uban nga mga lugar sa Pilipinas, hing-asinso na o mura na siya sad og Amerika, mura og para siyang American, parang European na ang Pilipinas. Hindi ka makapaniwala na mas maganda pa ang loob ng Maynila kaysa nasa ibang lugar. So, sana pag-uwi ko dyan, makapag-vlog ako at ako'y proud na isang balikbayan. Isisigaw ko sa buong mundo na ako'y isang Pilipino at ako'y isang balikbayan. Kahit saang sulok ng mundo tayo makarating, home sweet home. Tayo'y babalik pa rin. So sa lahat ng mga OFW na nagsakripisyo bilang ate, bilang nanay, bilang kuya, bilang nanay, bilang tatay, saludo ako sa inyo dahil alam ko hindi basta-basta maging OFW lahat gagawin. Magsikap, magtiyaga, itaya ang buhay para sa pamilya, para magkapera, para mabigyan sila ng magandang buhay. Salute to all of you, all the OFWs in the Philippines. At sa ating bansang Pilipinas, paalam na. Goodbye.